All right, the next one I want to do is called If by Rudyard Kipling. It goes like this. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, yet don't look too kind, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing left in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. If by Rudyard Kipling. So that poem, I actually like some parts of it and I dislike others. It's not a poem that requires like that big of an analysis to see what the author's talking about. He's pretty straightforward. So I mean, I can't give anything more there. But what I can do is, I guess, just point out some threads that I've noticed in the poem. So there's definitely, as far as what I don't like about it, and this is really just my personal opinion, obviously, he seems a bit chauvinistic, even in the like superiority sense, but also in the male chauvinistic sense, which I mean, I don't have many qualms with that per se, but he definitely thinks he's superior. So if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. When I first read this poem, I stopped reading because I thought that was silly, but it's so well known, and I guess because of that I read it a couple more times and it grew on me. But I mean, it just doesn't happen. How often does it happen that everyone around you is losing their head and blaming it on you? That's the thing. Like, it's solipsistic and a little narcissistic to think that everyone's blaming something on you. And again, this trend continues when he says, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted my knaves to make a trap for fools. I mean, so now the implication here is that his words are so authoritative that people are using them, twisting them to make a trap for dumb people. So again, I mean, Rudyard Kipling must be a who's who of something, some sort of celebrity. The tone goes on. It's also, let's see, you know, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. Again, a lot of people don't talk with crowds or walk with kings. I'd say most people don't. And then right there at the end, you see yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. So there's the bit of tidbit of male chauvinism that I think, as a guy, I think we all kind of like and know what he's talking about. I mean, it's the, hey, be a man, but still, you're comparing it with everything is yours. But again, I mean, I understand that it's a common expression, but it's there. And I actually kind of like that part, frankly. It's the other parts I don't like, where it's the solipsism and the celebrity of it that I think I like a little less. And the other point I just want to make on this front is, so he's and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. So I'm assuming that this poem is a father talking to his son. I don't have kids, but if I did, I would keep a lot of this out, and I would keep. I mean, like, how noble do we need to be in life? I don't know. I think I might try to enforce more trivial things for my kid. I don't necessarily want my kid to be wandering around thinking, I can keep my head when all about me are losing theirs and blaming it on me. It's just, I want him to be thinking things like, shit, Dad's gonna kill me if I don't get home and make my bed. I forgot to make my bed this morning. Gosh, my dang bed. This type of pedantic stuff is what the world is probably really about. But I mean, yeah, not quite as inspirational. So there's the flip side to that. But there are some things I do like about the poem. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. I like this sentiment. It flattens the hills and troughs that we run into in life, and I think that's a beautiful thing. That the more on that strand, in my opinion, on a similar thread, is the idea of the unimportance of material things. If you can watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, if you can risk it all on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. Again, I really like that sentiment. Yeah, those are the two threads that I think, or really the one thread I think I like is I guess really two type of things that I like in that poem. So I don't have anything else to say about that. Cool poem, very motivational, gets you going. Yeah.